I went through a phase where I was only fucking stand-up comedians.
I'm a comedian.
Out here?
Yeah.
He is a comedian. But he don't stand up?
I do stand up.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Wait, here?
Yeah.
And how was that going? Were you just going to shows and like hanging out, drinking some beers with the comics after?
No, I would just DM them and be like, all I would do would just, I just DM them and say would bang.
Wow.
And that usually worked.
You know what's crazy? That a lot of white girls like love me.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think it's a white girl thing, bro. I'll get like crazy DMs like, why? Because obviously I'm still working on the comedic side, so like I don't post all the flyers I'm gonna be at because I want to like practice my craft and shit like that. But the girls that I'll meet at a random like haha club or something, they'll just DM me.
You ever fuck Chris D'Elia?
Yeah.
Who?
He's like a really famous comic. But I just like I've known so many girls throughout the years, and I'm supposed to, or hopefully I get to interview him at some point. I think we talked about it at some point, but like I've just known so many girls who fucked him, and when I had the conversation with him, it was always kind of like, yeah, I went to the Comedy Store and then I like met him afterwards and he got my number and then we fucked him. And I'm like, that sounds like such a smooth, easy process for a girl because it's so easy. Or the DM. I mean, God, once you throw the DM in there, it's, yeah.
What was your DM like? It was.
You said would bang?
Yeah, I just said
my
I would
God.
bang, and he's like, "Where are you at?" And
You were like outside.
I was in Humboldt at the time.
And he drove there?
No.
You flew out here.
He said, "Where's the closest city to you?" And I was like, "San Francisco." And he's like, "I have a show there in November. Come." This was 2021. No,
Okay.
2019.
And you went and you come.
Oh, so this is pre-cancellation.
Yeah, pre-cancel. Okay. This was. I remember when all that stuff came out. All my friends were like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah."
You were thinking about hopping in on that? We're like, yeah. He looked at me weird too.
No,
Nah.
I mean, I like.
The pile-on.
I commented on this girl's post because we had the exact same story about this weird West Hollywood apartment that he brought us to.
Wait, so he got accused of some shit?
He got canceled because they were saying that he was talking to, or maybe fucking underage girls or being creepy with girls. But a lot of it, I don't think really panned out. Like there were no charges or anything.
No, he didn't fuck underage girls because, to be honest, even when he DM'd me, he was like, "How old are you?"
Right.
I was like 21 at the time. He's
Right.
like, old enough.
Yeah. I had girls try to say shit about me when I was like, literally the first DM I said to you was, "How old are you?" Mm-hmm. The second thing I said.
Yeah.
Once you get to a certain point, it becomes a very, very big factor. Especially if they look even slightly young. You're just like, alarms start going off in your head, you know?
Yeah, facts.
Okay. But so you were just DMing all these comedians? Mm-hmm. Where did this desire come from? They're just fun to hang out with or what?
I thought so. And then a lot of them are like not that fun
Really?
in person.
Really?
I'm
So
hella
you're
fun.
thinking they're going to be hilarious.
Yeah, I'm like, I love funny dudes. Like I
But
I
that's-
always.
I mean, they sit
I
around
always-
talking on podcasts
That's
all day.
why
How-
I'm like,
it's-
I'd rather
right?
fuck a funny dude than like a dude who's like super
rapper?
hot. Yeah, rapper. Like someone who like thinks their shit doesn't stink.
Yeah.
But
If I was a girl, for sure, I would think
You would
a
wanna fuck
stand-up
funny
comic
guys?
is going to be like, you know, yeah, they probably got some money. They're going to be able to take care of you a little bit or whatever.
Yeah.
But more importantly, I mean, one of the worst things about hanging out with girls in general is talking to them. Because they don't know shit like half the time. I mean,
Yeah.
you know, realistically, it's like a lot of the hottest girls on earth.
yeah.
You look in the club, you see the girls at the table.
1%ers.
The 1%, the absolute hottest models on earth are the worst people that you'll ever meet to have a conversation
100%.
with. A large percentage of the time, from my experience.
Also, the
Yeah.
comedian, I think it's awkward when people just expect you to be funny the whole time. I think it has to be natural.
That's why I'm like, I thought like
Yeah.
at least it'd be natural, but even like
Is he white, this guy?
interacting.
Yes.
Oh,
Because, okay, think about it. A lot of these guys, they're on these podcasts 2-3 times a week. They're doing stand-up, etc. That's where all their energy, all their
Yeah.
enthusiasm's coming out. So then when you actually just get back to their apartment, they're just smoking a joint, like,
No, also-
miserable, just
also they're
mad at
all,
the
like-
world.
But also they're all like sober. I've met a lot that are just completely sober.
and then
I'm
honestly,
like,
I think the fact that we're talking about comedians is just crazy. But they're usually way older, right?
Yeah.
Like girls, like when I meet the older white ladies or the older ladies that like somehow are like super attracted by the fact that I do comedy, and I tell them I'm 21, 22, I'm 22 now, they'll be like, oh my God, you're young. And then they like watch me do all this crazy shit on the vlogs, and it's like, you're young, you're living life. Like that probably I think it attracts them more. But I think if you're like an old white dude, like you there's really nothing, you feel me?
I mean, if I'm a grown-ass woman and I'm looking at all the guys I could fuck out there, it's like two very different categories. Because by the time you're 40, most guys, you got kids.
Facts.
You got ex-wives. You might have a wife right now. You fucked a million fucking people.
And you're already over it.
You've had STDs a bunch of times. God forbid you have herpes or AIDS right now. You got all this drama. They've written articles about you. You've been on TMZ, et cetera, et cetera. In comparison, you got health problems. Not you, but old people.
Yeah.
But then in comparison, fucking with a 22-year-old who's like brand new in the game. He's like a child. Like everything is new to him, you know? Like if you fucking do some freaky shit to him, he's gonna be like, oh my God, she's crazy. But whereas by the time I'm 38, good luck surprising me. There's almost nothing.
I still get surprised to this day. I've been meeting him, I'll be like, damn, no wonder you got 4 kids.
Like porn stars though, there's really no surprises left. That's what my mom said when I told her. She's like, there's no surprises left.
In terms of what? In terms
of just me. And like, there's just no.
There's nothing that has to do with sex that surprises you?
No, but her mom's saying
Like
there's nothing that she could do with her life that would shock her more than that. Like that's but that's not really true because you could be like a murderer.
That, no,
you know?
for sure.
But even then, I think there's more murder than there is porn stars.
Well, you're a murderer, you go in prison, right?
Yeah,
that's like way different than just being a porn star and really just having a job and living a life.
Fuck, how'd you tell your mom?
I bought her tickets to Hawaii.
I was gonna say to put your porn.
And while you were there,
No,
you said, "Mom, I get fucked on camera."
I told her, I was like, yeah, I'm taking you to Hawaii for your birthday, and she was like, oh my God.
How can you afford this?
And then I was like, yeah, by the way, you know, like how I do OnlyFans. Well, like I'm doing that now. I'm doing that still, but like on a larger scale. And she's like, what? Like, well, like my fans who subscribe see that, but I'm also doing, you know, something where like the whole world can see. And she's like, you're doing porn? You're doing like actual porn? I'm like, yeah, that. So.
But as shocking as it is to a parent or whoever that you're doing porn, it's like OnlyFans is the perfect training wheels to get that person to accept it, because it's like, it's so inclusive and you have to pay to see it and stuff. And then like, once the person gets used to that, then all of a sudden you're on Pornhub. It's like, well, they already got used to you doing it somewhat privately, and now it's just on a bigger scale.
How'd you tell you? I mean, how'd you like after that? Like, you just how are the dinners and all that? Like, how do you like?
For me, my parents have just never mentioned it. They're just super polite. They just don't.
Yeah.
They ignore it. But I think they've always kind of been like, you know, if you're happy and you're doing well for yourself, what the fuck are we?
Like, what are we gonna say?
You know?
Yeah. The money definitely helps. If I was like broke doing porn, she'd probably be like, what the fuck?
Or if my mom thought I was like a cokehead or like I was like running around going crazy doing that, then she might be kind of worried. But to be honest, like my mom was like proud of me and happy for me when my life was like 1% of what it is now. So it's like, I mean, the weird part for my parents is like, oh, like you seemed like your life was going in this really good upward trajectory and then you started doing porn. Like why? Like if they were going to ask me something, I would assume that would kind of be the question. But
was your mom super open-minded with the fact that like she probably wasn't doing the most like accepted thing back in those days? Yeah,
I think so. She always accepted that I was gonna be
a whore.
Yeah, no.
How dare you? Okay, guys, this was a clip from the No Jumper Patreon. If you want to watch it in full, where they get naked and all this other crazy stuff, head on over patreon.com/nojumper and check it out in full. We drop a new one every week.